Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to mismapasion, YouTube's premium channel about all things women's football, and welcome back to Champions Corner. This is of course the series where we recap the most recent Champions League match week, and match week number 2 is the one that is in the books here, and we get ourselves started in West London, where off the back of the controversial draw with Real Madrid, Chelsea posted their first win of the UWCL campaign with an emphatic victory over Paris FC, who are actually still yet to register win in the official WCL campaign off the back of their shock defeat against Hacken last week. Sam Kerr was particularly noted in this game as she bagged herself a hat-trick, as the golfing quality between the two sides was on full display, with Chelsea showing their class with an elite level performance that is emblematic of the great work done by outgoing coach Emma Hayes. And for Paris FC, this match was yet another learning curve for the Parisians, who, despite the scoreline, did a very commendable job of hanging with Chelsea in this game and actually managed to carve out some very good shots on target that, on any other given night, they would have definitely turned into goals. Our next match of note comes from Germany, where the plucky participants in Eintracht Frankfurt took on the reigning champions Barcelona, but the hosts actually flattered to deceive at first when they opened the scoring courtesy of the efforts of Freigang against the Catalans, who at this point in time in the game they had not yet gotten going in this encounter. But of course, Barcelona being Barcelona, it was nothing to worry about, as just like Chelsea, the Catalans showed their class and prevailed in the second half, where they drew level early doors in the second half and eventually went on to run out 3-1 winners in a deserving victory to maintain their early 100% start to their Champions League campaign, thanks to the efforts of Salva Parajuelo and Mariona Caldente in this particular match. For Eintracht Frankfurt, it was highly impressive to see them go tete-a-tete with Barcelona here, as unlike Benfica, who essentially folded after a few minutes, Frankfurt really did give their all against Barcelona, even when they went 3-1 down against Barcelona here, and I think it was a very impressive showing by Frankfurt, and I do think that based on this performance and their performances last week in their initial group stage game, the Women's Champions League, they are definitely favorites to advance the knockout stages alongside Barcelona, and it's interesting to see just how far Frankfurt will go in this year's WCL campaign. And in our final highlight match of match week 2 of the Women's Champions League, we go over to Sweden, where we may actually have to start considering passing on the title giant killers from Paris FC over to BK Häcken in due time, as the Sweden outfit came from behind to maintain also their 100% start to the Women's Champions League campaign by vanquishing Real Madrid, who had a dominant first half and actually looked like clear favorites in this match, especially off the back of their devastating attacking plays that could have easily seen them place 5 or more goals past Häcken had they been more efficient in front of goal. But it was not to be, as they could only register a solitary goal early on in the match through Signe Brun. And unfortunately for the Madridistas, this would eventually come back to haunt them in the second half, as the tide of momentum would easily shift in the favor of Häcken, who became the heavy favorites to go on to win the match, especially thanks to the individual efforts by up-and-coming starlet Kafaji, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who not only scored the leveler with a venomous shot that Nisa Rodriguez, the goalkeeper for Real Madrid, had no chance of saving even if she tried her best, but Kafaji would also come back and assist the winner that would allow Häcken to bag all 3 points in this match. For the Las Blancas, it is admittedly a bit of a slump that they're going through off the back of this defeat against Häcken and their humbling in the El Clasico previously by FC Barcelona in the past weekend that's just gone by. And even though they have won their most recent match against Huelva at this time of recording, I think they're in desperate need of some form of there to rescue their season from falling off the hinges. But for Häcken, they are of course surprising everyone so far in the Women's Champions League. I could only hope that, given the pedigree that they have as a historic outfit in the Women's Champions League and how well they have performed in these first 2 matches, they can definitely go far in this league campaign and do so well beyond anyone would have initially thought they could ever do in the first place. I only wish them nothing but the best, and I think they do also, much like the likes of Barcelona and Eintracht Frankfurt, deserve to go through to the knockout stages of the Women's Champions League when the time eventually does come. Another match was played in match week number 2 of the Women's Champions League. Roma went back to their default settings of being an all-out attacking team against Ajax, who, let's not we forget, came off the back of winning against PSG last week, but this time victory would elude them as the Giallorossi would get a resounding 3-0 victory over the Dutch outfit here. And Olympique Lyonnais would also maintain their 100% start to the campaign with a very easy, if a little bit underwhelming, 2-0 win over St. Polten. And imagine saying a win is very underwhelming, but that is Olympique Lyonnais, and those are the standards that we hold them to. SK Brann also emerged as a surprise package in the UWCL alongside the likes of Hacken with a professional display in their 1-0 win over Slavia Prague, and Benfica got their first points on the board with a win over Rosengard. With match week number 2 being officially concluded, here are the current group standings in the Champions League. Who do you think will come out on top in their respective groups and make it into the knockout stages of the Champions League this season? What is your favorite match of this match week, and what was your favorite moment if you didn't have a favorite match from the games that were on show? Be sure to leave your thoughts on these questions and any more in the comments below on what you thought about the matches played, who you thought were the clear standouts, and who you think is in trouble of being eliminated from the Women's Champions League early doors. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, share it too if you feel like it, and if you're feeling a little bit cheeky as well, you can even subscribe to the channel, because according to YouTube, it helps a lot. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.